So in a nutshell, this is going to be how to create a form. Normally what you do with a form is you set up the page to look, like a type of form that you want people to fill out. So that's a whole exercise in itself. You can't see it, but I'm looking at my desk right now and I see a Holy Mountain snow school waiver form, and it's got a bunch of spots where they want people to sign and put in some X's if it's for skiing or snowboarding and whatever. So you set up the form in that way. So it could have been, a whole letter, and then at the bottom, some stuff that you would have to put in, check boxes and maybe a date and all that stuff. So once that's set up, what you want to do, you notice there's a developer ribbon tab up here. This is the ribbon, and this is, we'll call it the menu, but it's a tab. Now, if you don't have developer, and that could happen, just place your insertion point right between one of these words here. Go to customize the ribbon. Look at here for main tabs. That means the developer's probably not checked. Just give it a check mark, click OK, it'll show up. So that's where what you're gonna work with. Then, if we look at this, it's not that complicated. You're gonna see, really, we're only gonna work with this part over here. So there's two types of texts. There's one's basically just a regular rich text content control. This one here is just plain text. Rich text would be, you could work with the fonts and stuff like that. You can put in images and all that stuff, but we're really going to work with just a couple of these, the date, the check mark, maybe a drop down, something like that. So let me show you a few different ones. Let's start with something simple. Let's say that this was something like, hey, I want to know somebody's name. And then in this, I'll move this over here. In this area here is where I want people to be able to type in their names. So what you're doing is you're setting up a form so that it's foolproof. To make a long story out of this, you can even set these up so that as people fill them out and they, submit them, it fills out a database automatically, but we're not going to go that far. So I'm going to go rich text, good enough. Click here to enter text. Okay, that's good. That's all you need to do. If we wanted to change something here, like type in your first name or something, we could right click, go to properties, eventually, if I click on properties. No, I can't. Here's the problem. I need to go to design mode. So I go to design mode. Now I right click, I go to properties, and I could put something different like type in your name or your full name or something. Click OK, and it shows it over here. Click here to enter text is what people are going to see. I could delete that part even, but you're going to want to have a spot, right? So I'll leave it like that. We're not going to make it complicated. Anyway, design mode, make sure you're there anyways. Go there anyway. I'm going to do the next one. Let's say I'm going to put, let's do another one just so you can see address. All right, same deal. What am I going to put in there? I'm going to put a rich text again. And I'm good, okay? I don't need to put this type in your name thing. All right, next thing I'm going to go, let's say I'm going to say today's, or, well, I don't know, date of arrival, whatever. So let's say you're planning on arriving somewhere on a certain date. We're going to put a date content control tool. There we go. Click on that. Click here to enter a date. Now, because we're in design mode, we can decide how the date will actually show up. So this is where you're going to pick a date. You'll see in a minute, but I'm going to set it up so that when I go to properties, I'm going to make it so that it would be, Tuesday, January, well, whatever. You can actually customize these if you know how to work with these ones here. Like basically, if I just want it year, like 19 or 2018, I guess I'm old. I could click OK. You'll see how this is going to work in a second. All right, so that's how you put the date in there. Now let's say you're going to say something like, I don't know what this form is for exactly, but let's say I'm going to have a choice here. Province of residence, whatever, okay? Well, in this case, I could work with one or two of these. I could work with the combo box, or I could work with the drop down. I'm going to go with the drop down. It'll make more sense because I'm in design mode. If I wasn't, I couldn't do this. I right click, I go to properties. Oh yeah, that's what I needed to change a while ago, but I'm just going to add. I'm going to say NB, add PEI And I'm going to add Nova Scotia. So you can make a big long list of stuff. The thing is, if PEI should be at the bottom only because it's not alphabetical, I can just take it, move it down. There we go. I can come back and say, oh, I want it to spell these things out completely. So I could modify, type in New Brunswick, type in Nova Scotia, and do those. If I decided I want to add Newfoundland, I can just click on add and keep going. So where it says choose an item, I might change that to choose a province. Remember a while ago? I'm going to do that again here, where it was typing your name. I screwed up. Should I click OK there? Did I screw up again? Choose a province. OK. We'll see what happens here when I come back. Click here to enter text, or click here to enter text. Right click, properties. I'll put in, type in your name. No, that's not where I wanted to do it. Properties. Okay. Well, you can basically type what it wanted to say. Type in your full name. I could have done the same here. Type in, choose a province. Oh, here's what's going to happen when we see it. You do it this way, just the way I'm showing you. It's been a while. But when we do drop it later on, it'll say choose a province as the first choice. All right, so what else is there? Let's go to the combo box. I don't know what I'm going to put for a combo box, but it's almost the same thing as a drop box, but watch this. This is probably something you're not going to use. See, we get the date, we get the drop. Oh, the check mark, we'll do that in a second. All right, whoops, combo box, undo. I'm going to put it over here. I don't want to put my combo box, but choose an item, properties. It's the same idea. Say I'm going to maybe, let's see, stuff you need, a hockey stick. No, that's not a good idea. How about the type of skates? All right, so you have Bauer, CCM, Lang. Anyway, you get the idea. Nike, whatever. And I'll modify that. Choose your favorite skate brand. And I'm sure I'm not. I don't know all the fancy skates, so you know. Anyway, that's how that works. And then the, let's say, over 18, yes, no type thing. So we'll just put a checkbox in there. We'll put checkbox. There it is. It's only big because I was using large fonts here. I could put something like yes, space it out. You know, I could have done this with splitting the cell. I want to put no, and then another checkbox, and whatever. That's good enough. So when I get out of design mode, this is what it looks like, right? So this is what it looks like in terms of this is how it'll look to people. That's all that is. I'm going to save my file just for a second so I don't lose it. Put it on my desktop, and I'll call it fillable form example. All right, just so I don't lose it. So this is what the people are going to see. Type in your full name, Carson. Only big because it was a rich text, and also that's how I had this set up. My fonts were all quite a bit bigger. 123 Main Street. We could even set it up so that if you typed in something like Carson with a number, it may not take the number. You can set these things up pretty fancy. Date of arrival. So you click on the drop box, and let's say you're going to arrive on January 26th, and that's how it shows up because that's how I set it up. So you've done this 1,000 times in terms of picking dates for whatever. That's how that works. Choose a province. There you go. I know you're from PI. Combo item. Same idea, except it looks like this instead of dropping. Do you know what I mean? So it can look like this, or it can look like this. Just a little bit of a different look. And over 18, I don't know. Maybe you're still 18. We'll just say no. And that's how a form works. And then the person who receives the form, of course, you know, submits it, saves it, submits it, prints it. But every time this form is sent to somebody, it would just be blank. And that's about it. Everything else has to do with formatting. But the rest of it, again, we can look at see how it looks. All right, it's like that. All right, this should work. I'll end the video and then I'll go see if there's anything else you need to